With Love and Gratitude is a nonprofit organization dedicated to education and service. It's my pleasure to be here. You can check us out at www.withloveandgratitude.com. We've got lots of events coming up in the fall. So we'll be doing a guided meditation, otherwise known as mindfulness meditation. My definition of mindfulness meditation is a practice in which you observe your thoughts and sensations without judgment. But I've noticed over the years, people don't hear that if they have a busy mind or a restless mind. So I want to go over the fact that that is irrelevant. And I get it's not what you want. It's not the experience that you're looking for. But it doesn't interfere, literally, it doesn't interfere with the overall benefits of meditation. So your job is to acknowledge that a busy mind is a normal mind. Don't fight a busy mind. Don't fight a restless mind. Don't resist your thoughts. Instead, accept them without judgment. Because when you try to force your mind to calm down, you actually create more tension. And the bottom line is, if you meditate every day, which is how you get the most benefit, you're going to have times when you're restless, and you're going to have times when you're not quiet. It's just part of being human. So the practice itself generates the rewards. And I understand that it's nicer to have a calm, gentle, loving, golden light experience. But no matter what experience you have, if you meditate, you will get the benefits. And please don't dismiss this fact, although it's our tendency, if it's not a good experience, then it couldn't have been meditation. It's not about your feeling, it's about the practice. Okay, so I'm going to give us a little lesson for today and then take you right into a guided meditation. So make sure your cell phone's off and get comfy. So here's our parable for today. Once, a young seeker approached a wise meditation teacher and asked, "Master, how can I find peace of mind?" The teacher smiled and said, "I will show you." He held up a glass filled with water and said, "Look at this glass. It represents your mind." So the seeker, of course, observed the glass intently. The teacher poured the sand into the glass, filling it to the brim. "These grains of sand represent your thoughts," he explained. The seeker watched as the sand settled and made the water very, very murky. The teacher continued, "To find peace, you must allow the sand to settle. Just as the glass becomes clear when the sand finally settles at the bottom, you'll find calmness when your thoughts settle." The seeker nodded in understanding, realizing that observing and allowing the thoughts to settle, they could experience the tranquility that they wanted. The teacher concluded, "Through meditation, you give your thoughts time and space to settle, revealing the inherent clarity and stillness within. It takes time, but it happens." The seeker thanked the master, inspired to embark on the journey of meditation to let their thoughts eventually settle and find inner peace. So now we begin our own journey of meditation, entering the space of unknowing meditation. So we just begin. Just by noticing stillness, find the quiet around you. It doesn't really matter if there's thoughts or feelings or sounds in your environment, or whatever might be creating some internal or external noise. We just allow the noise. So you notice the sounds around you, and then find the quietness. It's there somewhere. Notice there's a silence within somewhere. context of quietude is ever present, but not noticed often. However, there's always an existing quietness somewhere. And so just let yourself feel that, even if it's just for a moment. Can you? Just for a moment, feel that quietude. All around you and inside you. Have the intention to let the whole body feel the quiet, even if it's just for one moment. And so we could say, in essence, we're kind of taking the position of quiet itself. Because when we kind of assume the quietness itself as us, as ourself, then the noise, both internal and external, just, it stops mattering. It's still happening, but that's not where we put our attention. It's not that anything's changed. Nothing's changed. It's just that we've allowed ourselves to become aware of the already existing quietness. And remember, we don't need to push against the intrusion of thought. That quietness is already in complete acceptance of whatever arises or whatever will arise. So notice that. Even if there's thoughts, and there probably are, even if there are disturbances, internal or external, because that's often the way it is, whatever there is, it is accepted on some level because the quietness already exists. And this quiet vibration is undisturbed by internal and external noise, busyness, distraction. So let's take a moment and get out of the conceptual mind, the thinking, and apply this quietness itself as ourself, as who we are at our core. Let's apply this quietness itself directly to what we're doing here in meditation. What do I mean? Simply, if we were really outside of our conceptual mind, truly beyond our conceptual mind, we actually wouldn't have any idea how to meditate, would we? Because all that is in your thoughts and in your memories. Even the idea of meditation and what it's supposed to be, that's in your thoughts and your memories. The idea of what you think you're supposed to attain during meditation is only a thought stored somewhere in your memories. So ask yourself this. If we are not in our mind and not in our thoughts, if we're not preoccupied with our thoughts, then what would there be? And then imagine you're sitting here now and you have no idea how to meditate. You don't even have an idea of what's supposed to happen in meditation. All you know is you're sitting down like we are now, and you know you're paying attention like we are now. But beyond that, you really didn't know what was supposed to happen. Just imagine. Imagine you're not even trying to figure it out. You're sitting here this moment. So you didn't know what meditation was, and you didn't know how to do it, and you didn't know the way it was supposed to go. You don't have any idea of what should happen, what could happen. You don't have any idea what you want to happen, because all that exists in thinking, just thoughts, just a busy mind. I'm encouraging you to enter into this completely unknown place without the anxiety of trying to know anything, what this should be, how it should be going, what's going to happen, if this is any good, all that thinking, all that thought, just thoughts floating around in your brain. If you can really enter, even for one moment, into this kind of immediacy, this completely non-conceptual immediacy called now, even though if you don't refer to your mind, even if you don't know what meditation is, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how it's supposed to be going, you don't know if you're doing it well or not. If you just let yourself enter into this completely unknown relationship with this moment of meditation, you'll get a sense. You might notice that actually meditation is already happening. Meditation is happening precisely because you don't know how to do it and you don't know what it's supposed to be like. But somehow, if you notice entering into that space of quietude, meditation happens. meaning there's a natural quiet permanently existing. And the more you stay in the not knowing, the more meditation will happen on its own. It's really quite extraordinary to notice. And if we really enter this unknown condition, if we're not simply referencing the mind to tell us what meditation is and how to do it, or evaluating how we're doing it, or analyzing my words, if we really enter into that condition deeply, as I've said, we'll notice there is this thing, this deep meditative state that arises on its own. It's just there. You don't know how, you don't have to know how to do it. That's not necessary. You don't need to know how to create it. And here's something else. If you don't know how to do it, and you don't know how to create it, and you don't know exactly what it should be, well then, there's really no meditator. Because the meditator that's within always is trying to get you to conform to an idea of what meditation should be. And if you're not listening to those thoughts, it's like the meditator's out of a job. Because there's really nothing to do except watch. Watch what happens in the absence of needing to conform, of doing. So we're just experimenting with bringing this notion of the unknown and applying it in a very real, intimate way to this meditation. So if you get lost in your mind and your mind says, well, what do I do when I get lost in my mind? Refer back to, I don't know. And don't look to know. Just rest. Go ahead and rest in that state of, I don't know. And you'll notice that if you can, as soon as you're in the I don't know state, then the mind relaxes again. Once you accept, you don't know. You don't need to know. The relaxation happens automatically. So it's a paradox, isn't it? The more we don't know how to meditate, the more it happens on its own. And so many say, I can't meditate, when there's nothing to do, no procedure to follow. The more we think we know how to do it, how it should go, the less we're actually meditating. We're just trying to meditate, but then not actually meditating. You're thinking. analyzing, evaluating, considering, checking, feeding the busy mind. If we go back to the I don't know state, allowing I don't know to be okay, then you notice meditation is totally a natural state of being you. And so it is. And I'll leave you with this. Mindful meditation is a practice in which you observe your thoughts and sensations without judgment. You can enter this state anytime you want by looking for the quiet within or externally. The body naturally flows to a state of meditation. I'll be back next month with something new. I hope this has served everybody well. I'd like to thank the library for having us for sure. Thank you, Parker Library, and thank you everybody for joining us. I'll see you in a month. Enjoy our fantastic weather.